Yep. And Charlie, as guest, you can just say like whatever comes to your mind, whenever.
And Charlie, just raise your hand. This is a raise because
this is not a raise.
No,
don't try it.
Well, I'm just saying, like, as you've already seen, we just like sometimes talk over each other.
Okay.
So if you feel like not talking over us, raise your hand and we'll all be quiet. I promise.
I thought Nate was trying to get a hand raising culture on this pod. I was like, I'm not here for that.
I will just start muting people. I'll just be like,
oh wait. You can still hear me in
I can
mic
still hear you through the.
I'm cutting everyone's mics.
Dang.
All right, Brandon.
All right, guys, here we go. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hike the Y, a BYU sports podcast.
Let's
go.
Guess
what? Today we're mixing it up a little bit. We do not just have a special guest; we have a star guest. Charlie, welcome to the show.
Ooh, thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Hopefully, we have some fun today.
Heck yeah.
And we can bounce back from the rough week that we had last week with everything that's gone on. BYU still lost yesterday, but I thought they looked okay, even without Richie Saunders, against one of the top 5 teams in the nation in Arizona on the road. BYU was in it for the whole game. What are your thoughts, guys?
I mean, yeah. I think it just is. It's the first game when you're trying to figure out a new rotation, and it's just Kevin Young's like opportunity to kind of get a couple of different looks. Like, see what he likes, see what he doesn't like on the floor. Now that you don't have Richie Saunders, but see who on the bench can fill in for that. I think this is a good moment for him to be able to do that. And I think, defensively, getting 9 turnovers, forcing 9 turnovers from Arizona, that's not too bad. Having 9 ourselves and so even turnover margin kept us in this game for sure.
The only thing, I just wanted to echo everything that you just said. The only thing that really hurt us was the second chance points. Arizona really out-rebounded us when it came to offensive rebounds. And they had so many second chance opportunities and absolutely destroyed BYU when it came to second chance opportunities.
Yeah, that's what I was going to point that out as well, because I feel like on the podcast we've talked about how BYU has been a smaller team most of the time, but they've still been able to out-rebound people, especially on the offensive boards. And that was like Richie's kind of defining attribute, sort of, because his hustle, like his energy, he was able to get the offensive boards, and then obviously the first game without him, we get out-rebounded, so that kind of stunk. But then I wanted to point out as well that BYU had 6 bench points, and BYU already has one of the worst bench teams in the nation. I think out of like 369 teams or whatever, or I don't remember exactly how many it was. BYU is like 355th or something.
Yeah.
So really frustrating to see that. And then I think AJ probably took over half the shots for the team, and he's got to take over. But I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell what direction BYU is going to go at this point.
Yeah, going up against Arizona yesterday, I was kind of depressed towards the end of the game because I was like, oh, we have another loss. But then I remembered we were in it against Arizona, against Houston, against all these major teams. BYU still has all the momentum to make a far run in March Madness. There's no way that they're going to just like it's not going to be like an easy upset over them. I feel like BYU is still going to make a run, and I feel like we're playing a bunch of good teams. Texas Tech is a really good team, and they are also being infected with the injury bug. JT Toppin goes out for a season-ending injury.
One of the best players in the nation, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, really rough.
And so it's like we're playing some of the best teams in the nation, and I think a lot of students in general are always like, oh, we lost again. Oh, my goodness. We're so bad. But I'm like,
Life
guys,
sucks. No.
We're playing like the best teams in the entire nation. We're in the Big 12, and we're here. We're gonna have a little bit of a fight. So going into March Madness, I think before March we got to figure out how to replace Richie Saunders, which is going to be a hard task, but we can definitely do it. Did you watch the game? I'm interested in.
I did not. I did see that Richie Saunders is out for like the rest of his BYU career. However, I do feel like when
Very sad.
like the best players go out for injury, it's a good opportunity for the rest of the team to step up and to see like, okay, how are we going to work together to overcome that? Because sometimes it really is a good opportunity to just like make the whole team better in general instead of just relying on like your one MVP.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
true.
totally
Fire
agree.
take.
Like, and one of the guys that I think really needs to step up, and I think he has been stepping up, Kennard Davis Jr.
Oh yeah,
I have absolutely loved. I think I said this last time
Yeah.
too. I've loved how he's like actually getting into the paint now, and he made a couple like tough buckets. Or actually, I think it was only one, but he made a tough bucket at the end of the game to draw the game within 5 at the rim, and like I've kind of seen his confidence grow a little bit, and if he shows like that he can play off the dribble, he's gonna get more space on the 3-point arc. And he's going to be able to operate better within himself. And so I think he's one of the guys who's got to step up. Mihailo Boskovic is going to be playing more for his height. If he can play and actually make some shots, he didn't have any points last night.
or get a rebound.
Yeah, got one rebound.
Yeah, and then, we just got to have Kostic and Maras actually make some shots. We were in it. We just we couldn't shoot from. Oh, that was the other thing. We couldn't shoot from 3. I think we shot 26% from 3, and that's not like
Youch.
And
Nice.
Arizona could have missed from 3.
Yeah, it was kind of flip flopped. Arizona usually doesn't shoot a lot of 3s, but yeah, like we play them again. I don't hate our chances.
Heck yeah, I think we could play him again in the Big 12 championship.
We'll see.
Ooh, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's
see
that's
on
a
that. We'll
bold
see
that's a
on
bold
that.
take.
I don't know. I don't
Oh,
actually
Big
remember how
12
the bracket
championship.
in the championship tournament.
Okay, I was like,
Oh, okay.
In the
like
tournament.
in my
in the
head, I was
tournament,
like
in
the
the
tournament.
tournament.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm gonna be a
I was like,
realistic. I'm gonna be a
okay.
realistic here. I'm saying in the tournament. I don't know how the seeding works, but I'm like I would like our chances if we did see them again. I'm agreeing with Nate.
Okay,
I just can't speak.
that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't go this far. Like AJ did drop. He dropped 35 points again. Like it's just
Yeah, we
becoming a
got-
routine
yeah.
thing now. He's now averaging almost 25 on the season, 25 points a game on the season, leading all scorers right now. That's incredible. And his draft stock's just going up. Right when Darren Peterson's just going slightly backward.
down.
So I don't know if he's going to be the number 1, but there's definitely a lot more talk now because of how he's playing 39 minutes a game. And how, Darren Peterson won't stay on the floor or can't stay on the floor, whatever is going on there. AJ's draft stock's going up, and there's no doubt about that.
Yeah. I don't know why, but today I was watching like some highlights of Game 6 of the 2013 NBA Finals, where the Heat beat the Spurs, and
Oh
you
yeah,
guys are laughing.
I remember like it was yesterday.
Ray
But
Allen, bro.
I was watching like the fourth quarter, and like I was watching LeBron James just pretty much get to his spot, and if you guys don't remember, LeBron James had an amazing fourth quarter, and watching him, like I was like zoning out a little bit, and I was like, wait a second, is that AJ DeBonsta?
DeBonsta?
Like
Did you just say DeBonsta?
yeah, what was wrong?
You
with
said
that?
Emrus yesterday, so don't even get after. Don't even get after.
DeBonsta.
The T and the S mix me up, okay?
Okay, that's okay.
Anyway, like he's giving me LeBron James vibes, so
Next go.
Is.
potential
The
number
next
1
GOAT?
pick. Yeah.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I'm not saying it's gonna happen. I definitely think still like right now, depends on who wins the lottery. I think is where it's at.
The
now.
Jazz.
The Jazz
Please
will never
be
win the
the Jazz.
lottery ever.
We're gonna tank.
I'm a
tanking.
broken Jazz fan.
That's okay.
So,
Okay, next.
but anyway,
Wait,
Next
I
topic.
wanted to bring up one more
Oh,
thing.
okay, one more thing.
Yeah,
If you guys remember, I don't actually remember if this podcast got posted because we had a couple like hiccups.
technical
But
hiccups.
our prediction podcast, you guys remember that?
yeah.
I was looking
Oh,
back over the
that one got
predictions.
posted. Yeah.
Oh yeah, how are we doing on
me
that,
and Connor are both 4-0.
dude?
What
Yeah,
about where am I at?
You're 3-1.
Okay, I'm not
So
mad.
feeling good. And
Iowa
then,
State. What'd you say for Iowa
Yeah,
State?
for
You said
Iowa
a loss.
State-
I said a win, right?
Nate, you were like thinking wins all the way. So you had a win against Iowa State. And I guess this is like a little different now that Richie's out. We can still go
We can
off
still.
a little bit.
We'll try it. We'll try it.
Connor, you're calling the win against Iowa State as
And
well.
you're going a
at
loss.
home. I
So
went
this is-
the loss, so we'll see what happens.
One of us will be 5-0,
yeah.
and the other one will be me. No, I'm just kidding.
Fire.
Great.
Right.
Yeah. Should we? You guys have anything else to say about
No,
this
let-
BYU
let-
basketball
No,
team?
Let's
I'm
hop
excited
into-
for Saturday though.
I'm
but
excited. I'm excited for
Saturday
Arizona.
night at the Marriott again. It's gonna be a rocking game. I'm excited for it.
Hopefully.
I think it'll be a good game. So I had a question because we were thinking about this, like
Okay, yeah, give us a
making it
question.
more. We say all things BYU sports, then we just talk football, basketball. Let's show the other sports some love, right? So I was thinking about it too, but I wanted you guys to think of what your favorite BYU sports moment is that doesn't have anything to do with football or basketball.
Ooh.
I've got mine. If you
You
guys
got yours?
aren't
All
ready.
right,
Okay,
then
go
go
ahead.
for it. Go for it.
All right,
Let
this
us know
We'll
what
go,
you're
we'll go
thinking.
around the table.
This one's a little bit of a cheat. But do you guys know who Kenneth Rooks is?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Silver medal at the Olympics.
Oof.
I've got 2 moments with him. He's just such a great runner. He runs the 3,000 meter steeplechase. I think it's the 3,000, not the 5,000.
Yep.
Anyway, at the Olympics, Kenneth Rooks, no one's talking about him at all. And I just remember I wasn't able to watch it live. I think it was like in the middle of the night or something, or maybe I was doing something else. But I was watching like the replay on Peacock or something, whatever it was. I don't like Peacock,
What a
but
shout-
that's
good shout
that's
out.
what the Olympics were on. But anyway, I was watching the replay. I was like, I sure hope Kenneth Rooks can like come through here because like he went to BYU and it's really awesome. And then he ended up getting the silver medal, and it was amazing, and it was super fun to watch. And then there was another Kenneth Rooks moment in the NCAA championships where he fell during the steeplechase, and then he was able to come all the way back and win. And if you haven't seen that, search up like Kenneth Rooks falls and then comes back and wins. It's one of the most motivational things
is crazy.
that you can ever see. So go check that out. It's super awesome. Still rooting for Kenneth Rooks and every other BYU runner out there.
Heck yeah, those are good ones. Those are good ones. Nate, do you have one yet?
You go first.
I got it. Okay. I thought back when I thought of that question, I thought of there was a fan fest that I went to years ago. I was like 8 or 9. And there was the women's soccer team was there and they were like autographing posters and stuff and it was super cool. But then also like they have like this little field and like these little kiddie goals and I was like playing soccer with like the women's soccer team and like a couple other kids. It was like, what the heck? Like I'm passing the ball to like BYU like starting forward or something. It was crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh, it was insane. And I was like, I was really into soccer at that time too. I was on like a rec team, but it was just like magic, you know? It's like to play with somebody that's so much better than you. And it was like, whoa. And now I'm like in college and I'm like, dang, she's like my age now. But no, that was, I definitely think that was my moment. And a random shout out to that same fan fest when my little brother got lost and we lost him and we were like, where is he? And then we look and there's Greg Wrubel and he's holding my brother and he like, we have a lost child, our first lost baby of the night. And he's like holds up my little brother like Pride Rock and the Lion King like that. And then we're like, there he is. And like we like went over we're like thank you so much, like Mr. Wrubel. And my dad was like, that's Greg Wrubel. And I was like, that's who?
Mr. Greg.
And of course I know a lot more about Mr. Greg but those were 2 moments I'd say from BYU sports that, you know, aren't football, basketball related.
First lost baby of the night?
Of the night, yeah. Like, are you
I guess
expecting?
they're expecting a couple
Greg,
more.
are you expecting more?
Greg can't do anything wrong, I guess.
Nope.
I
Yeah.
love him. Love listening to him on the radio.
Okay.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, but before you should like explain who you are, like where you're from. Give us a
Okay.
fun fact.
All right.
You know.
I'm Charlie, and I'm from the classic state of Utah. I'm from
Ooh.
Stansbury Park.
Yes, sir.
And in high school, I did run cross country and track, so that's where I'm biased.
Oof.
So my moments are gonna revolve around cross country and track.
Let's go.
I guess my first moment, there's this girl that I'm really good friends with for my mission, and her brother is the James Corrigan, who ran the
What?
steeplechase in the Olympics last summer. 2
That's
summers ago.
crazy. Yeah.
Anyway, if you follow, you probably have heard of his name. Anyways, that's cool that I like kind of know him. I could
You're
meet
tight.
him.
You're tight.
You could,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I guess the second thing, there's been a lot of records broken by freshmen in cross country and track with Jane Hennegren and I don't know his name, but he's blonde and he's also a freshman.
Trayvon Kitchen. Is that it?
Yes, I believe so.
What a
anyway,
poll.
Because I used to watch Jane Hennigan race in high school, and I'd be like,
wow.
dang, she's cracked. And she was only a sophomore, and I was a senior. And I was like, oh, okay. And now she's just like blowing everyone out of the water. And it's cool, but it definitely takes a lot of dedication that I did not have.
Fire.
Those are good moments. James Corden, that's crazy.
W moments. For me, like I love basketball, I love football, and all of my like moments come from that. Like the only time I ever went to a BYU event, I'm from Utah. The only time I went to an event was for basketball or for football, but the one time was for volleyball. I played volleyball all 4 years in high school, and I'm pretty sure it's as a freshman because it was pre-COVID. As a freshman, I was able to come to a volleyball game for free. I had to pay, or like I know it costs like
For free, or like you
$5.
snuck in, or
No, for free. And afterwards, our team got to go down out on the court, and we got to like take a picture with all the players.
That's so sick.
And at the time, the famous Gabby Fernandez, I don't know, he's known as Gabby Garcia Fernandez, and also Alex Sue, they were playing for BYU, and they are phenomenal. Like, just being able to watch them play volleyball as a freshman, I was like, dude, I want to do this so bad. And obviously, I don't play volleyball now. But I just remember just like seeing them and being like, oh, I've heard your name on the radio. Like, I think that's what I said to them.
Yeah,
And I just
well.
went up and I shook their hand. I was like, wow, you guys are so massive. You're 6 feet 8 inches. And then like now, like, that's basically how tall I am now.
Yeah,
and
so
it's
like
like,
6 feet 8 inches.
and
Wait,
so I'm like,
you're-
I'm 6 feet 7 inches. But I just remember being like barely 6 feet and being like, wow, you guys are massive. And then being able to like grow up. And it's just like, it was just super cool just meeting Gabby Garcia and just like a couple of other volleyball greats. I have no idea where they are now. I hope they're playing like in the Olympics. But for me, just like watching BYU volleyball at home, it meant something to me. And now like going to BYU men's volleyball games, I love it. I love volleyball.
I think men's volleyball is a very underrated sport because it's so hype.
Mm-hmm.
So hype. Best
Yes.
like stadium presence.
And people love like the quick action. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people hate football because it's slow, and a lot of people like basketball because it's quicker. Volleyball is faster than basketball. That's
Yeah,
all.
it's true.
Volleyball's fast, yeah.
Just like if you blink, you're like, oh, I missed a spike. It's already done. So
I wouldn't say if you blink, but yeah, it's pretty fast.
yeah, so it's pretty dope. That's probably one of my only non-basketball, non-football memories from BYU.
That's a good one,
Yeah,
though.
That's awesome.
With that, if I could kind of segue in to the
All right.
next part.
Oh yeah,
Let's go.
go ahead,
So
bro.
we're highlighting different sports. I actually was going to highlight our men's volleyball team this year.
Shout out.
Because as Charlie said, they are very underrated. As a sport, I think it's underrated, but also our team is underrated. BYU currently number 7 in the country right now.
Wow.
And here's some impressive things, guys. We've lost 5 sets. That's not 5 games. That's
That's
5
crazy.
sets. Or wait, just kidding. I did my math wrong. We lost 7 sets in the season. We've played 13 games and lost only 7 sets. So here we had. We started the season, sweep, 3-1.
Wait,
But that was a number
you
that
should
was against the top 10 team in the country.
You should explain what sweep means.
A sweep is when you win all 3 sets in a row. You need to win. In volleyball, the first team to win 3 sets wins the game, and BYU did that.
Yep.
And we without letting the other team win a set against St. Francis twice, and then against the number 10 team in the country at the time, we beat them 3-0, and then 3-1. But again, that's the number 10 team in the country. Lost to the number 5 team, who UC Irvine is now the number 4 team in the country,
And they're historically really good.
and they're historically really
They're
good. And we
historically
lost
super good.
in 5 sets, longest volleyball games you can have. We lost in 5 sets 2 days in a row at the Smith Fieldhouse, and then we went back. And since losing 3-2 on January 24th, we have not lost another set.
Just sweeps.
It's been sweeps. We went to the East Coast. We played Lincoln Memorial, Harvard, Merrimack, and then this last week we played Menlo College twice, and we have not lost a set since losing 3 of them to UC Irvine on January 24th. So like this team is very good, and they have they play on Friday and Saturday. They play Fort Valley here at the Smith Fieldhouse. So pull up to that because it's gonna be it's going to be exciting, but this sweep streak is absolutely insane. They're just absolutely dominating everybody.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like, I know we're not talking about like the big sports, BYU basketball, football, but it kind of reminds me, like, I feel like BYU basketball historically has played to the level of some other teams. Like, if they're playing a bad team, they might play poorly that night and still be able to grind out a win. This BYU volleyball team, not having it. They're just destroying every team. And I'm looking at the schedule right here. BYU next week goes on the road and plays number 3 Hawaii twice.
Yeah, I was going to say that's
so
a big one.
You get a free trip to Hawaii. Maybe you can win a couple of games.
You have to play
We'll
at
see.
10 p.m. Mountain Time though,
Yeah.
which kind of
If
buns,
you need something to do that night, just watch the BYU Hawaii game. I'm sure that would be a thriller.
Yeah, that's going to be a fun game. Hawaii is also one of those teams that's just absolutely cracked at volleyball. The hard thing about volleyball, being a former volleyball player, is you always play teams just like back to back. And it kind of stinks because like you play, like in basketball, if you play Arizona early on in the season and then you're going to end by playing Arizona, it's like, okay, we can get better. Playing against like UC Irvine, we lost to them on Friday, and then the next day we have to turn around and play them again.
play them again, yeah.
And it's like, oh my goodness, like I wish I had a little bit of time to practice. So, dude, volleyball's a tough sport, and those guys are some crazy athletes. So shout out to men's volleyball.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, let's go. All right, what sport are we talking about next? Do we want to segue to cross country, track and field? Charlie, take it away.
Yeah, Charlie.
Me and Charlie are going to cover this one.
All right.
I know absolutely nothing about like cross country and like running, so just please enlighten me.
Well,
I know Connor Mance. and
Let's
that's pretty
just
much-
say this is probably the best sport out there. Running.
Yeah.
Running's not a sport. We can talk about that
it's
on the debate
most
podcast.
pure sport out there.
Okay, let's just let Charlie go.
If you go
No,
down to
hey,
the essence of all.
And that's it.
And you're done.
well, for those of you who don't know, BYU has an incredibly great track record with cross country and track. Like for cross country, they're usually like top 5 in the nation. So, yeah.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're
Yeah,
back.
BYU 2024 men and women's both won the cross country national championships. So yeah, they're always up there. They're really good.
Yeah. Also, I feel like we have a decently great track record to have track athletes in the Olympics. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, BYU track and cross country too. They're always up there. Like I don't know why it is, but I feel like BYU always has elite athletes at their school. So
Yeah.
running wise.
Honestly, I didn't come super prepared for this, but we've been breaking a lot of track records. If you have ever heard of Paige Rasmussen, she's broken like 3 records in the last couple weeks.
The freshman, right? Is she freshman?
No, that's
Or is that someone else?
That's someone else.
I think the last record she broke was the all-time school record in the 60 meter, 7.25 seconds.
That is insane.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
And that's like a very technical event too. You only
Right.
got 60 meters. You can't make a single mistake. It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do want to highlight a couple of people. I feel like, are you laughing at me right now, Nate? Like, what did I even do?
Dude, I don't know what a meter is, bro.
What?
It's
How-
You
how
kind
went
of
on
like
your
a
mission in
yard
the Philippines. You know what a
football.
meter
It's like
is.
a yard.
Yeah. So like
You don't know-
on
wait.
the track around the football field, the straight part is 100 meters.
So it's the same as 100 yards.
No.
The straight
Yards?
part.
It's close.
It should be,
Yards
it's
are
not.
Close.
longer, right?
I think so.
Because I know there's a 3 in volleyball. There's a 3-meter line, and then there's a 10-foot line, and it's
Wait.
the same line.
Wait, you actually didn't know what a meter was?
No, I was being sarcastic.
Why would you even say that?
This,
That's
this
what,
guy.
that's what I was laughing at.
Okay.
Okay, continue with your
You're
team.
done.
Nate,
I'll
see if I can
be
figure
I'll
out
just-
it.
Okay.
No, bruh. you muted me.
No, I didn't. I muted myself.
No, you did not mute yourself.
Go.
I'm literally mute. Okay, bro. All right. So, like I was saying before Nate rudely interrupted me, When we think of like star freshmen here at BYU, we're thinking about AJ DeBonsta. We're thinking about Bear Bachmeyer. But this track and field team in cross country actually has some star freshmen as well. Jane Hendengren, like you were mentioning before, Charlie, she's probably the best runner that's ever come to BYU. Might be the best runner in the nation right now.
Yeah.
Here's a couple of things. She finished second in the NCAA cross country nationals last year as a freshman, which is insane. She set all sorts of high school records. She was setting like records in high school that would have been records collegiately. So she was already insane. She actually has a brother, Isaac Hendengren, who runs at BYU as well.
Really?
And, yeah, he has BYU's number 3 all-time 3,000 meter run at 7:44.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Her
fast family.
3,000 is 8:34, I think. So
Yeah.
that's a pretty good.
Insane. And then BYU also has, I think it's Trayvon Kitchen. I don't want to mess it up. Tavon Kitchen, not Trayvon Kitchen. But he's a freshman as well. And he just ran the fastest BYU time ever in the 3K and the fastest true freshman time in NCAA history at 7:36. So BYU has some insane freshmen on this team.
That's also
crazy.
number 8 all time in the NCAA for freshmen in the 3K, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's
nuts.
absolutely insane. BYU is bringing in some young bloods.
They've been doing it for a long time, I remember, because I actually, random poll from high school, I never met her, but I knew her like brother. But there was Carly Hansen, now Carly Hansen Thompson. She ran at BYU. She won, I want to say she won nationals, but I've forgotten what. But she was Gatorade like track athlete of the year, and her banner was just up in our high school, like with her name on it. It just said Carly Hansen. And like she won the national championship. Like she's won multiple team national championships, but she also won in I really forgot which one it was. I think it might have been the mile. I don't remember. Somebody is gonna have to fact check me on that later.
I'm not completely sure. I'd have to look it up.
But anyway.
And then I just wanted to highlight a few other guys on this BYU team. I'm just gonna list them out because it's kind of hard to just talk about just times. Carter Cutting set a BYU indoor record in the mile, I think a couple weeks ago with a 3:54 mile run. And indoor is, if you don't know, it's usually a little bit slower because you've got more turns. But yeah, great job by him. Silas Zimmerman with the pole vault. He's the top pole vaulter on this BYU team. And he vaulted 16 feet and 7.5 inches, which I'd probably be even just scared, like standing that tall in the air. So very impressive.
That's crazy.
And then shot put, our top athlete, Tyler Poole, his best shot put is 54 feet, 6.75 inches. And
that's like double mine, by the way.
Yeah, the shot puts are 16 pounds.
That's crazy. Yeah.
So yeah, imagine.
I don't even think I could throw a football.
That's double my. Yeah, that's
Or
double my
54
shot
feet.
put.
Oh,
Not
okay,
yards.
never
Feet,
mind.
you good.
That's thinking yards again. My bad.
Yeah,
Nate's
like-
getting confused on measurements.
I've failed third grade or whenever you learn the,
It's all right,
the
it's all
measurements.
right. That's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's insane. Then one more guy I just wanted to point out. Carter Walker jumped 2.05 meters for first place at the Penn Elite Invitational this last week.
Is that for the high jump? Or
Yeah,
long jump.
high jump.
Okay.
So
Jumping 2 meters.
yeah,
That's crazy.
Just a bunch of insane athletes on this BYU track and field team. And there's a bunch that we didn't even mention. So yeah, shout out to them.
Fire, dude. Can I go next?
Yes.
I don't think anyone else
You're
here
the last one.
is yet to
Let's
go. So
go. Okay, so I have BYU women's basketball, and I've had the opportunity to go to a bunch of women's basketball games so far this year, and they are actually so hype. Like, I don't know why people don't show up, because low-key, they always have, like, some nice food, and they've also got, like, a bunch of, like, cool stuff that you can get in the Rock. I don't know. It's a pretty dope environment. But we've always been front row, and it's just like a small group of people, and you can start getting lit, and the players love the energy.
is the student section usually not completely full?
Dude, it's like not even half the side. So like think of like the rock
That
section.
is sad.
It's like just the one side. So our women's basketball team, they were kind of their schedule basically looks like BYU men's basketball. I was kind of trying to decide how I would explain what's been going on in women's basketball. They basically only lost like one game over the course of like 22 games. They only lost once, and it was to a high-ranked Vanderbilt. But now they've been on a pretty.
That was pre-Big 12 conference play, right?
And now since then we've had a ton of losses, and so we're actually 17-10 right now. But we did get a W over Utah, and that is what is important. I was at that game against Utah. I hate Utah with all my heart, and I was at that basketball game cheering on the Cougs, and we were down in the first half by 10 points going into halftime, and we ended up beating them 77-65. And the person who popped off the most is our girl, Myra Hudgens, who is probably one of the best basketball players on the team. She's like the Richie Saunders of the basketball team. She averages 10 points a game, absolute bucket from three, and against Utah had 15 points. She was popping off. Another person I wanted to show you guys is Sydney Benally. She is from Albuquerque, New Mexico, and she is a baller. She's the Rob Wright of the women's basketball team. She has absolute handles.
Handles, bro.
And I had the opportunity to play with her and another women's basketball player out here at BYU, and they are buckets.
When?
Like, so we were just shooting outside one random day, and they're like these like a group of women walking by, and we're like, "Hey yo, you want to come play?" Because they were holding a basketball, and we were looking for like a couple more people to come shoot around with us. And so Sydney, and then Bola Youssef, who's also an absolute baller, who plays the 5 position in basketball. They just came out and played basketball with us. We played a couple of games, just shot around. They are phenomenal. So go cheer on Our Lady Cougs. They've only got 3 more games before the February Madness starts for them. February/March Madness starts for them. But they're going to be playing Utah again on the 21st, but unfortunately it is at the U, and then Arizona State and Colorado. So we should be getting a couple more W's from that. So looking to end the season with a solid 20-10. But women's basketball, dude, shout out. Have you guys been to any women's basketball games?
I'm not.
No?
Unfortunately, have not.
I haven't. I do remember watching some last season, though. And one of the players that's still on the roster that stood out to me was Delaney Gibb. She's an absolute bucket. I haven't seen her play much. I unfortunately haven't watched a lot of BYU women's basketball. But the times that I have seen her play, she just looks like she's in control. Like she's the best player on the court. And so, yeah. She was also like tight with Yegor Demon or Dioman or however we want to say it back when he was at BYU. So, yeah, shout out to the BYU women's basketball team.
Shout out to women's basketball. And then I just went above and beyond, and I did one more. And it is our women's gymnastics. Have
Let's
any
go.
of you guys been to a gymnastics meet?
Also, no.
I've not been to a gymnastics meet in my life.
I watched like a couple with my family probably 4 or 5 years ago.
Dude, you'll be surprised
that.
how many students pull up to the meets. Like, I was shocked. The entire rock.
Where, are they in the Smith Fieldhouse?
It's in the Marriott
Marriott.
Center. And the whole rock section gets filled.
Wow.
Like, and of course it's only like you're skipping a couple of chairs or something. But dude, it gets full and it gets loud, and they've got like cheerleaders at gymnastic events, and Cosmo was there, and
Is this
Ammon.
women's gymnastics?
Yeah, women's gymnastics. There's no men's gymnastics. They got rid of that a long time ago. But Ammon, that one cheerleader who's super buff, he's also there just like on the mic, just like being awesome. We hit turbulence. I didn't even know that was possible.
How do you hit turbulence? Wait a minute.
I
That's
know.
So cool. Like,
there was like,
when you're like getting to like the last events, they hit turbulence.
yeah, they hit turbulence.
Dude, that's cool as heck. I did not know that.
It gets so lit in there. Like I low-key mess with women's gymnastics. I was actually low-key kind of skeptical because I went to a volleyball game with my girlfriend, and she was like, actually, I don't like volleyball. Let's go to, well, she does like volleyball, but she's like, let's go to the women's gymnastics. And I was like, okay, fine, let's do it. I've never been to one, and dude, it was so fun. So our women's gymnastics, they're 3-0 at home, and they're 1-2 from away and 1-2 at neutral. So I mean, they're a pretty solid team. We're not. I think we're nationally ranked. We're number 23. And we've played and upset a couple of good teams. We beat Southern Utah, who was ranked pretty high, and we were pretty close beating number 15 Utah. And Utah is a really good gymnastics program.
Utah's great at gymnastics.
Fabulous. We beat number 7 Oregon State, who is better than Utah. And so, dude, shout out to our gymnastic crew. They're actually going to be performing, competing/performing tomorrow, February 20th, against the number 16 ranked Denver in the Marriott Center.
Whoosh.
And that's going to be our last home game before we go to a tri-meet against Utah, West Virginia, and then play against Clemson, and then the Big 12 championship. So shout out to our BYU Cougs Gymnastics. I feel like they've got like a cooler name than that. I forget what it is. But shout out to our Cougs. They did lose to Utah, but they were pretty close. And that, you know what? We were pretty close. That's pretty good. So go cheer on our Cougs. Go to a game.
Things.
It's fun to watch them do like some like crazy backflips. Probably my favorite. What's it called? Performance. Favorite
routine.
Like, routine. Favorite routine. I don't know if routine's the right word, dude. It's when they do the bars.
Yes.
Just watching them on
Those
the bars,
are
just, like,
crazy.
going crazy. I'm like, dude, that is insane. And I saw a couple people like get flung off. Dude, there's like some intense injuries that happen, and I'm like, dude, like this person just did a backflip and her foot just missed the skinny like balance beam that she was on, and she just like fell on her face. And it's like it gets pretty intense. But dude, I'm all here for it. Love it.
Yeah.
Absolutely fabulous.
I haven't seen like a bunch of gymnastics, but the thing that I think is really cool about it is I feel like it's a true team sport.
Yeah.
Because you've got like you get points for each event, and like your top scorers get points, but then there's like a bunch of different events. So like each person's strengths can help the team. And so, I mean, I don't want to ramble on too much about it because I might like actually be wrong, but like I think it's like truly a team sport. It brings the team together. Like I've seen clips of like just everyone on the sideline like dancing along to the routine.
Oh yeah, it's
so,
super
like,
fun.
Yeah, you connect with people. It's awesome.
Yeah, so
That's sick.
dude, go cheer on our Cougs tomorrow, Friday.
Dude,
it's the last one of the season, so just go
That's
pull
crazy.
up.
Dude, there's so many different sports. I kind of learned a lot today, to be honest. Usually our podcasts aren't very educational, but this one really was. Like, learn about BYU sports. Like, no, just go pull up and cheer like on our Cougs. There's always something. There's always a sports thing going on. And, like, don't judge it till you try it. Like, I love Nate's experience with gymnastics. So I think I'm definitely going to try to go to some of those things in these upcoming days and weeks.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Dude, I was low-key judging, and then I was like, dude, this is actually super fun. Like, I'm having, like, it was just, like, a fun activity to go to. Also, like, we didn't even cover all of them. We still have girls
There's
lacrosse,
so many.
girls rugby, boys lacrosse. There's so many. Right now, girls lacrosse is in.
Just David lacrosse and rugby. You could have just said lacrosse and rugby.
Girls lacrosse is currently in Arizona, playing in a tournament, and they just got back from Florida, I'm pretty sure, going 2-1 over games out there. Dude, BYU's got a bunch of good teams. I'm trying to think of.
Yeah.
there
We have
any
swim
more stuff?
teams.
Yeah, swim
we got
teams, water polo,
stuff like that.
tennis.
We got to do another episode like this. Cover some more teams.
Yeah, we'll do that when we can do some more research too. But
We should also have a debate about running being a sport, but not right
another
now.
day.
Another day. But
That's
bring
not
back.
even a debate, but okay.
Oh my goodness, we'll bring back the debate podcast, and
Just remember what happened last debate podcast, Nate.
yeah, I remember.
Yo.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, if
All right.
that's
Yeah.
Dude, wrap it up.
Does anyone have any closing comments?
Closing comments. Let's go to
Charlie,
Charlie.
what did you think of the podcast?
I thought it was great. I have 6 brothers.
Okay.
No sisters. BYU
That's
sports was like my life from the moment I could walk, but I never really understood sports. I didn't understand truly the way football worked until like a year ago. And so I feel like I'm just now opening up my sports world. And my brother, he like worked for Sports Nation, and so he like did like highlight reels for them and stuff. And so I'm definitely immersing myself more. So thanks for letting me join you guys.
Dude, Charlie, thanks for
Awesome.
pulling
Yeah,
up.
it was
Shout out.
awesome having you on the pod.
This was a pleasant surprise. Charlie and I are in the same Spanish class. Shout out Spanish 321. We had to do a little podcast. So I asked the boys if we could use the room, and then Charlie just stuck around for the pod. So
Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
shout
out.
out Charlie. Thanks for
Awesome.
being here. This is awesome.
Thanks,
Shout
guys.
out, Charlie.
Our first guest appearance.
Dude, Charlie, do you want to wrap up the podcast for us? Be like, thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone for tuning in to Hike the Y. Go listen to us, and we'll be back next week with some more sports content.
And then you got to say, go dogs. you do. I trust me.
Go.
I
Go
can't even remember
dogs.
how did we start this?
We started with our project.
Go Dogs.